MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning. Scotty Ray and Candace off on a Tuesday morning. 73 now as we wait for a high. Not much warmer, 84. You're going to get wet. There's a chance that some wind may blow. There's a chance of some tornadic activity. Small chance. Severe weather late this afternoon into the afternoon hours. And we'll be here to cover all that should it happen and go live to give you play-by-play of where it is.
That's right. And there's a 100% chance that our guest today will make you laugh at some point.
I'm telling you, we're digging stories up. In a minute, we will have Home instead coming up. And they're going to explain what they do. This is a neat process, and we'll get into it, that helps you out with some elderly folks that need a little extra care. They're here to talk about that this morning. And also we're going to find out all about their love life, who they dated through prom years, and the regrets that they made of who they didn't go out with.
Oh, goodness.
That's what they were just telling me.
Yeah. We're going to reflect.
Well, let's just take a quick peek across the counter, and there they are. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. All right, y'all be getting your stories straight because we're going to come back and join you in just a few moments. Y'all game on this?
Don't talk up too much.
Making sure that y'all are with us there. All right, as we begin today, there's a lot going on. Let's talk about first of this has happened several times, and I've mentioned how hard it is to track, and that's stolen vehicles in our area. It's a market for it. There's people that want your car, and it happened again last night in the Queen City. Let's pull up the map and show you exactly where that was. This was on South Frontage Road. As we pull up the map, as we travel down, right in this area on South Frontage Road, a vehicle was parked here. The guy got up to go to work, and guess what? He didn't have a way to go.
Oh, nice.
From what I'm understanding, there was a lot that went on with this. Someone had stolen his keys, and they stole his truck this morning. And so we want you to know about it if you happen to see it somewhere today. It's a 2015 Ford four-wheel drive. It's gray. The bug shield on the left side has a ding in it where it's kind of broke. We've all hit a bird or something and broke it. And then on the back left quarter panel, it's got a ding in it. Got a little bend in it. So it's a gray four-door Ford 2015 Arkansas plates. If you happen to see that, call the Meridian Police Department so they can have a talking to whoever's driving it. Just find out where they're going on that Sunday drive.
Yeah. Maybe give them a few nights stay or longer. Free
room and board
food.
for a little while there. Yeah. But he'd like to have his truck back, and we'd like to get it back. So if you get a chance, check that out. I mentioned earlier this morning, last night was no different. Now, I always clarify. When we talk about gunshots, did it happen? Was anything damaged? No, on any of these. But with that being said, we also had shots fired last night. We pull up our map. We go to Old Meridian Road Apartments. Nothing was damaged, but there was gunfire here. Again, this is going to be off Old Highway 45, which is Dale Drive. That's one of the places that gunfire happened last night. We also had the same at Eastern Gardens. It was reported. Again, police arrived. They didn't find anything. This is going to be right off of Highway 45 again at Hawkins Crossing in that area. Nothing happened there, but someone did hear it. And then we also had a third call on this last night. 42nd Street is where we'll go to here, and 40th Avenue as we pull up the map. Right in there, this is North Hill Street, due south. Right there is where shots were heard last night. No damage reported, no one hurt. That's the good news. Now, another big thing that we've talked for many, many months going, where's Jimmy? Where's Jimmy? Well, today as we pull this up, Jimmy's coming out to talk at City Hall at 11 o'clock to address crime.
That's good.
We're glad. I'll be there to see what Jimmy has to say. Hopefully we'll find out something. He hinted the other day in an interview with Twin States that he had a plan. I want to hear the plan. I'm sure you do too.
Yeah, I would like to hear an actual drawn-out statement, conversation that he has with somebody, not just walk out and turn it over to somebody,
Yeah, that's happened a lot.
Yeah, right. I just would love to hear what he has to say.
It's kind of been like, here's the hot potato. I'm not answering. You do it.
Yeah.
Well, and then they go, well, I didn't say that.
Yeah. I mean, we know by watching news what's pretty much been going on. We just want to know what's going to be done about it, So.
I track it daily. I see it. It is a high increase. And it's gotten so bad that the average person just doesn't want to come out. And the only way that people start traveling back to places is if they feel safe. So we want to hear what the plan is.
I mean, we have a lot of great businesses in this town. We have a lot of good people in this town, and it's hindering people to get out and go out and eat. I mean, you can tell it, just like you said, one night you went out,
We went out. I went Saturday night to get some pickup, and it was a tumbleweed on Highway 19 out at College Park.
So, I mean, we need to get our town back. It just needs to come back to a good place, and hopefully that'll be in the near future.
I didn't have to wait in line, but it was nobody else there but me.
Yeah.
And why is this happening? Let's just show. And I failed to show this yesterday. And let me show this. This is what really has, I don't want to call it panic, but really made people aware of what's going on in our community. And this is pictures of the car that was shot up on Saturday night with the mother and child in the car. And let me pull this up. If you haven't seen this yet, you need to. And if you're thinking people are overreacting, after you look at this, you may think of it differently. This car right here, let's show it. As we come down the side here, bullet hole here. All of the windows, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3. Well, I can't count that fast with the video going.
Right.
As we come down, there's going to be another hit back here in the back as we come around the car. We get here on this back panel. There's going to be a bullet hole right here. Bullet holes out the window here on the driver's side, out the door. And then as you make your way toward the front of this car, it's going to be up here in just a second. It's also going to have a bullet hole here in the fender on the front side. So as we see this right there, now that was a car traveling down Highway 39 going north, coming up on the intersection where Hardee's is and where you run into North Hill Street.
Right. It's always a busy intersection during the day and even usually in the evening.
This was around midnight. A mother was traveling with her son in the back seat. She said a car pulled up and opened fire on her. She was hit, he was hit, the child was hit. They were able to drive themselves to the hospital. So what caused this? On every other thing that's gone on, we can say, well, it was a target. We know that they were after this person. This has not been answered on this. Was this this is what scares people.
Yeah.
Was this a random act where they just picked out a car and did it?
Because look how many people work at night.
Yeah.
Nurses, people who work in hospitals. People who work night shifts, and they have to be out on the roads at night. I mean, it's not just a lot of times random people just riding around.
So we'd like to know what happened. Address it. If you don't know the answer to it, tell us you don't know. But if you think there's more here, tell us that. So we kind of know where it's coming from there, why this family was targeted. There is a GoFundMe fund set up. I've got that on my site here. She's in the hospital, unable to work now with her son, and people are trying to raise money to help her out. We do hope that this is solved, and whoever done this hideous crime is arrested. We don't know why. For whatever reason is, they still need to be handcuffed and taken away for shooting like that. That's a coward that does that. We all know that.
That's exactly right.
Now, let's move on to our next breaking story that I forgot to talk about yesterday. Kemper County. Just up Highway 495 after you go past the coal plant. But if you were running to 16 and see the big golf tower, which used to be a radar, it looks like the golf ball. People refer to that on 495. Just south of there, a man lost his life on Saturday night. As we got into this and we got to looking for answers of this, a gentleman was shot. Another lady was hit with gunfire. As we get into this, we don't know all the answers. We've gotten very little response other than the police are investigating it. And if you were at that party and you saw something, the Kemper County Sheriff's Department would love to hear from you. He was transported to Meridian where he died in surgery or at the hospital, the man. It's horrible for someone to lose their life this way. I do not know the circumstances, what caused it. It has not been released if there was an argument or if it was just random. We don't know that yet. Hopefully, James Moore will be passing along information to us, and we'll find that out. But I do have video of the police scene of what it looked like on Highway 495 when the cops showed up as soon as the shooting happened. And let's show this video here of what we've got. Again, this is live from Kemper County. At that time, it was live. As we're coming down, you can see the lights off in the distance where everybody was. Look at the cars lining Highway 495. You see all of the police left and right here. This was not long after the shooting took place when they were on the scene directing people, a lot of huge police presence. I've actually never seen this many people in Kemper County. Look at that, at a function before. It's covered with people. Four-wheelers left and right, horses. But that was the scene from Kemper County. Again, we know very little. We know a lady was also shot, and she's been released from the hospital, thank goodness. But someone lost their life, and we hate that so much. But we forgot to cover that yesterday. I mean, it wasn't to forget, we just had so much.
Right.
So I thought you might want to know where we are on all that.
You know, I don't know what the answer. We've talked about it many times, about all this violence going on in the city. I think a lot of it has to do with drugs, you know. I think a lot of it.
It's a money-making industry.
Well, also, somebody stated this morning that there's prostitution going on. They push that too, you know. All of it has involved, you know, is involved, I think, with gangs and related to gangs, and just, I don't know. Something's going to have to give, though, you know. No,
you know, I'm not familiar with the prostitution thing.
Well,
I've never.
That's going on in Meridian, and there's been a lot of people who have known it for a long time and a number of years, and I don't know why. I don't know.
I thought they took a bulldozer and pushed that building down.
Well, it's not just a building. I think they.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
I went out and done a remote from there and said, "Hey, we're giving away free bricks from here."
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they work out of like a specific building. I don't think.
I'm sure made it easier when they did.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably did. You know, but no.
Regardless of where you
I have a feeling that they just have a somebody pushing that. I'm just gonna put that.
Yeah, but that used to be, and I jokingly talk about that, and we all know what I'm talking about. That used to be a part of Meridian's history.
Oh, yeah.
And that's gone.
Yeah.
But I know that we had some problems in Newton County, some serious problems, and with any place, I'm sure it's here.
Yeah.
But it has not been brought to the forefront to me in the crime that I follow each day. That is.
Well, I was just listening this morning, and there was someone that I was listening to, and they had stated that they were approached several times, and somebody else they know were approached. They're out there.
Yeah, it's going to happen when you stop in them truck stops.
You know, I don't think they're working on their own, is what I'm saying. I think they have somebody that's pushing them, backing them. I think it's a money-making thing. I think that with drugs and a lot of different things.
If you watch Starsky and Hutch, the remake there, it was Puff Daddy.
Gosh.
But there's crime everywhere.
It is, but you know, all of that to me is in connection with just all this violence going on in Meridian. I mean, I think all this money, you know, drug money and stuff like that, I think it fuels all this gang stuff. But I might be wrong, but maybe the drug task force, or maybe there's a gang. What did they say the other day? Billy Solly was talking about. It used to be a gang.
We did have one in Meridian Police Department. I don't think we have that anymore.
Well, maybe they need to bring that back.
There's a lot that needs to be discussed, and hopefully we'll hear from Jimmy on that today.
Yeah,
a lot coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace as we begin this day. Y'all stay close. We're going to talk to some lovely ladies here in just a moment. Woo, they're just dying to be on TV. They want to say hi to the mama, so we're going to let them do that straight out of the box. Y'all stay close. We got so much to talk about this morning.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install, or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
The Piggly Wiggly is passing along these great savings. Yellow, white, or bicolor corn, 3-pack $2.99. California strawberries, a 1-pound package, $2.99. Idaho potatoes, 8-pound bag, $3.99. Bryan sliced bacon, 12-ounce package, $3.79. Whole boneless pork loins, $1.79 a pound. And boneless center-cut pork chops family pack, $2.29 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly. Every day, Jackson drivers go to work, run errands, maybe enjoy an evening out. Most of the time, they return home safely. Unfortunately, that's not always the case.
If you or a loved one has been in a serious car accident, call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates.
We'll come to you, work to get you the right medical care, and fight to get you every dollar you deserve. One call, that's all.
Call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates today.
And welcome back, Scotty Ray and Candace, on this gorgeous Tuesday morning, already 8:15. We're glad you joined us. Let me just glance over at radar. We do have a little bit of rain on the eastern side of Lauderdale County. Also into Clark County, there's some showers this morning. And Jasper County, a little bit over there, just west of Lost Gap into Newton County as well. Nothing major, more of the rain there in Gilberttown, Alabama, and places like that. So be careful. Again, our special guest that we're so glad to introduce, they come to us from Home Instead. How are you, ladies?
Good morning.
Let's get a close up there. Who do you want to say hello to first? Because y'all were going to talk about everybody.
Well, first of all, we know that our office is watching. So
tell them hello.
Good morning, ladies.
Yes, good morning. We're so lucky to be here.
So glad to have y'all a part of this. And y'all bring a service that really no one else does. And what is so unique about it is I want y'all to tell us how you help people. Let's say that you get up and you go to work and something, you've got an elderly parent maybe that can't get around like they used to, and you've got cameras set up in the house, but you cannot be there every moment. Right. That's where y'all step in.
Absolutely.
Right. Tell me more about it.
Yeah, so what we do is we want to keep senior adults in our community and the surrounding communities comfortable in their surroundings. So our ultimate goal is to put a caregiver into their home where they're comfortable, to keep them from going to a long-term care facility per se. So we hire every week for caregivers to go. Actually, that's what I do.
Right.
So we do everything from transportation to...
Like if they needed to go to the store, y'all do all that as well?
Yes, doctor's appointments, hair appointments, whatever their need is. The caregiver will take them and stay with them during that time.
Let me ask this. Do you find that people are more responsive when they're able to stay in their own environment, like in their home?
Yes.
Do they have a better outlook on life? Maybe that's the way I'm putting it.
Yes, for sure. We see a decline when they go into a facility. Not always, but a lot. So keeping them in their surroundings and their day-to-day routine of what they like to do is best.
And not only that, also, it's like we tell people that with everything that's been going on, I know COVID numbers have gone down and that's supposedly coming back up, but not to get all that started. But we went through the stage where, you couldn't even go visit a loved one when they were in a nursing home. So that's another thing I think that's in the back of people's minds sometime, is that you may not even get to go visit them if they're in a nursing home.
So y'all tell us where you're located, because this is all new to a lot of people, I'm sure.
Yes, our office is located at 4525 Poplar Springs Drive, so we're in the heart of the city, right off North Hill Street. We're in an older home that's been remodeled. Very nice. We'd love for y'all to come visit us.
Mm-hmm. And there's so many ways. And give me some examples of what you do to help someone. Even like going to the mailbox. That becomes a chore at some point.
Yes. Well, we try to keep them active. So if they're able to do that, the caregiver walks with them to do that. To keep them active and up and going. If they can't do that, then the caregiver does it for them. But we do everything from light housekeeping, assisting them to the restroom, helping them with their baths.
I'm telling y'all, when the older you get, you can't get up and down.
Well, a lot of times too, like their children probably have jobs and they're working and they can't be there all the time. So that would be a great, good for peace of mind that somebody's taking care. And also, like when my grandmother was still alive and my grandfather had passed away, he would take her to get her hair done before and all that. And to keep them in their daily routine, I think means everything.
Makes a big difference.
Now, you brought up a point on this, what you just said there about helping someone take a shower. It is so easy to slip in a shower. Even at our age, we could do that.
Yes.
But the older you get, that could happen at the blink of an eye. And if you're at work, you would not know that. And your parent would lay there till you got off work hours later.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I wanted to point out, though, when we're talking about elderly, we don't only serve the elderly. We also serve, people that have had hip replacements or knee replacements or a broken arm, and they
like
can't do a short-term thing as well. Yes. So we're also trying to brand out on pregnancies, if you've been put to bed rest and you need help around your house because you can't do those things. We want to make people comfortable in their homes.
What about if your wife won't cook or she's not really good at it? Do y'all do this?
Yeah, I mean, you need them, we'll bring, we'll supply it. Now, I'm not going to promise you how good they are.
Scotty Ray might be needing y'all because Angie might get a hold of him.
Look, I'm not going to talk about that because my husband would say the same thing, and we're like,
like that girl.
Yes. The house is clean, but it's not always cooking.
Rightfully so at the same time. That's another thing that you have to really think about as you get older, not being able to prepare your own meals. And y'all got folks that do this.
Definitely.
Yes,
and
we absolutely
it's crazy because, of course, I haven't been doing this as long as they have, but I told somebody the two things we have found out, which really surprised me, of course, at my age, is that when people get older, they do not like to take a shower. And they do not they get to where they don't like to eat, which I can't imagine because I didn't like to eat.
It's like you revert as a child. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
No, I ain't doing that today.
Yeah. And so that's something that, a lot of times even the family can't get them to take a shower because maybe it's an uncomfortable situation or they just can't do it, and it's hard to believe, but somebody that they don't know coming in can encourage them. I mean, we've had people call and say, like, somebody we knew personally, they were like, Mom has not washed her hair in 3 weeks, and such and such was able to get her to wash her hair before she went to the doctor's appointment and stuff. So it's amazing what some people can do even when you don't know them.
Right.
Yeah, given that encouragement, just encouraging them to do the things. Don't let them just sit there and sit in a chair if they're able to get up and do things. Encourage them to do those things.
Because the longer you sit, and you tell me if I'm right on this, if you sit there and just watch TV, you get to where things don't work no more.
That's exactly right.
Sitting there.
Yeah, we encourage them to play games, keep their minds going as well. We deal a lot with dementia, Alzheimer's patients, so we try to keep their minds going. So playing games with them,
puzzles, or
yes, anything that can keep their brains stimulated for sure.
Yeah, they're not there just to sit. I mean, they do interact and do things like that with them also.
Well, that is great. Now, how do we get in touch with you? How do we find out more if a situation that they've got would work with y'all? And let me ask this: can you choose just several days a week? Do you have to have Monday through Friday, or do y'all work with people of their needs case by case?
It is case by case. We do have minimums, of course, but we would discuss that when you called,
right?
Of course, but we do everything based on the needs of the client. So whatever the schedule is needed. So if they have, if the loved one works during the day and needs someone to care for their parent or aunt and uncle, whoever their loved one is, then we can come in during the day. If they need overnight care so that they can sleep, we do that. We do up to 24-hour care.
So I didn't even realize that didn't cross my mind about the sleep thing at night.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, that's the main thing is sometimes people just need it at night because they're worried about their loved ones trying to get up or wandering, especially like she said with dementia patients, a lot of them like to wander.
Now, and you tell me this, I've heard stories of parents that kind of in the middle of the night could wander off from a home that get confused and out the door they're gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have y'all dealt with that before?
Yes. That's the reason why they have the overnight care, is if they get to the point to where they are, getting up and wandering and stuff like that. So it kind of keeps them confined to where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So
and just give the family, rest. I mean, because like we were saying, a lot of them are taking care. Maybe their, parents are living with them, but they've still got to get up and go to work the next morning. So sometimes, they just need us there to take care of them so they can sleep and, go to their job and continue living the life they're living.
Wow, that says a lot. Now, how do we tell us how to reach you, how to call you? Are you online? How do you do this?
Yes, so you can call us at 601-286-3242. You can go to our website, homeinstead.com, and or come stop by and see us.
We're there normally Monday through Thursday, normally 8 to 4, and then Friday like 8 to 12.
8 to 12.
So if y'all got together and come up with a jingle yet, everybody's got to have a jingle with this, a little song to sing. Have y'all come up with this?
I was told I had to stay in my
Don't
seat.
get her started.
Can she sing a little bit?
I bet.
I can't sing. I can dance, Scotty Ray, but I can't sing.
What was that song from the 70s? I Can't Dance? I don't know if y'all remember that.
I was born in 78. I'm not real sure about that one.
Listen to you. So you
baby over here.
You were pointing out you were younger than me.
I was just saying I don't remember the song from the 70s.
Did you hear that, Candace?
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah.
But y'all are.
But I'm younger than you too, so.
Oh, hush.
So, we did go to school together, so she's a little
I think
older
it's
than me.
official that I am the oldest in the room now. I remember when I was the kid everywhere, but not anymore.
I'm not much younger than you, though.
Let me ask this now. I didn't bring this up. What about insurance? That's a common thing. How does that work?
Okay, so that is actually what I do, and so we accept long-term care insurance, and then we're also we are in the process of working with a new system to help veterans out. We have so many veterans in our area, and that need help, and so that's another thing that we're trying to get out there. Also, is that there's just a lot of them that need help, and so we're also working right now on doing that also.
Wow.
But unfortunately, the only insurance that we do take is long-term care, and so the rest of it would be private pay.
And there comes a point, and I think everybody knows this also, is y'all talk about caring for people, that you have to take the car keys away from someone because it's just not safe anymore.
Yes,
And that would be a very hard thing to do, you know.
Yes.
A lot of people would get combative, about it.
And they do. And a lot of times that I know the last one that called about a situation, they actually went ahead and took the car, which I think is a good idea, because when the car is there and if you've got the keys with you, and even though they think they're hid or whatever, then a lot of times that causes problems with the people that are maybe taking care of them or whatever. But that's definitely an issue we deal with.
Because I remember living in Scuba, and for those who used to live in Scuba will know what I'm talking about. Mr. Cliff, about once every 2 months he'd come by and give me a $100 bill. Scotty Ray, I done run over your mailbox again. And he was so funny. He just kind of jumped out in front of me. And he didn't want to give up his driving rights. He was such a nice fellow. But I can only imagine that's and y'all are there to drive them, so it won't happen. They don't have to worry about it.
Yes.
Let me ask a kind of, I guess, a personal question about the whole thing. But
I think they brushed their teeth this morning. I wasn't going to ask them that.
But say you have someone who is concerned about who's going to be coming into their home and caring for their loved ones. What is your process of hiring someone? Do you do background checks?
We do.
I mean, to reassure these people who are going to be having people.
When going through the hiring process, we do a complete background check. It's nationwide. Every county they've ever lived in, everything has to be clean. We do a drug test before they're sent into a home. We do random drug tests while they're employed with us. We do everything on our end to make sure that we're putting the right people, in their home to take care of them. The only way that something would slip by is if it didn't show up on their record.
So y'all go above and beyond to make sure that you've got professionals that work for you.
Yes.
Important
And we even tell
them,
during their training process, we train in-house. They have to go through
Please
a
let Candace come to your next training.
Are you expecting her to be your caregiver one day?
Yeah. We also have a nurse on staff. We have a nurse on staff that helps with our trainings and make sure that everybody that comes through knows what to do in certain circumstances and stuff. So we feel like we have really good caregivers. We have some that are still with us since the doors have opened. So I think that tells a lot.
It does. It speaks volumes.
Definitely.
Is what that does. Y'all stay close there. I'm going to have some more questions for you here in a moment and find out what's going on across the room there. Thank you so much. And again, that telephone number?
601-286-3242.
See, if I had extra people in the background, we could type that and it'd go up on the screen, but there ain't nobody but me.
We need to work on that.
I'm working on it. I'm getting there.
We thought you could type that fast and get that done.
Oh, I'm slow. More on the way with that. Let's talk about Chet. When it comes to cars, this is the man in Meridian. He's going to take care of you if you've got a scratch, a dent, a ding. They're located in Center Hill there at the Split. You'll enjoy it. It's kind of like a nice visiting with an old friend that's going to take care of you. Because if Chet tells you this is the way it is, that's what's done. Your car will be ready. They'll tell you when and how. Keep you updated. They'll even send you pictures if you want it as your car is being worked on. T-bone, that doesn't matter. If you've had it backed into or maybe you accidentally did it, doesn't matter who, they'll fix it. Make that color match. That's what's important. Put it back, even wash the car for you.
I know.
Yeah, Candace has gone by just for that a time or two.
I do. I need to go by daily, I think.
See him. Chet's Paint and Body, one of the best around. His word is what it is. It's all about a handshake and knowing that you're dealing with somebody that's trustworthy, a friend. 601-737-2961. That's the number to call. See them today. They're located right here locally in Center Hill. That's Chet's Paint and Body.
Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skaggs Zero Turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calipers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rockhouse will have the gun that you need, with a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. And welcome back. And Candace, you look a little different. Did you do something to your hair while we were on commercial break?
A little bit. I dyed it in the back real quick.
And welcome back. Candace had to go to a school program with her children. And Madison has so kindly came in with us, and our special guest still across the room. Hi, ladies. Hello. All right, this is a test, and this is a test of this as we go back to see what you remember, what happened on this date. Some of this you're going to remember. Some of it you're going to deny that you know nothing about. And we'll try to determine if you're telling the truth on all that.
I can already say I'm going to fail it. Just go ahead.
One of the when you think of Nashville, Tennessee, there's one name of any honky-tonk in Nashville that comes to mind. It's world famous. If you go to Nashville, they'll go, have you been down to Tootsie's? Yeah. Hank Williams used to slip out the back of the Opry in between sets, and sometimes he didn't make it back to the Opry because he was hanging out at the bar at Tootsie's. But on this date, the lady that started it all, in 1914, Miss Tootsie Bess was born. She owned the world-famous Orchid Lounge. And today, the most famous of anything in Nashville is there at that place. They've got pictures of everybody that's ever performed there. And I highly suggest, if you make it to Nashville, swing in, walk around. It is a historic place to visit.
How about you take us on vacation? We'll go there.
We really do need to go back.
Exactly.
You know, me and your mama went there on our honeymoon.
Yeah, you abandoned me, Dylan.
Well, you weren't around.
Exactly. You left us.
I couldn't abandon you if you wasn't here, girl.
Us.
1933, Meridian, Mississippi would be the spotlight on this. This was a big deal. Nationally, it would be remembered because an old boy from here was sitting around. He would make his last recording, and he's known worldwide. He's known as the father of country music. Jimmy Rogers recorded his last songs on this date. It would also be on this same date that they would make this stamp, a commemorative stamp of him on this date. Pretty big deal for us in Mississippi, and an honor for Meridian to be recognized with this. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Rogers, the father of country music. Now, y'all are going to know this next guy. He's having a birthday today. He was a comedian, really funny. And I always think of when I see his face of Low Rider. Y'all remember that song?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking, well, it's Chong's birthday today. Y'all remember Cheech and Chong?
Oh, my goodness. I used to watch that.
And correct me, wasn't he on that 70s show? Like he had the part of the record shop in that TV show?
Yes.
Thought so. They were funny. You see Cheech a little bit more than you do Chong these days.
That's funny.
I'm afraid I'm going to say their name wrong. Cheech, do you know Madison?
I know that song, that's it.
You don't know who Cheech?
No, I don't, no.
Now, in a world coming from Scuba, Mississippi, when I first saw these guys and they had all that smoke boiling out the window, I had no clue. I'm being honest with you, I had no clue what it was. It would be until I was in 9th grade before I would figure out what that was. And then I was like, oh, makes sense now. That happened. Let's see what else happened on this date. Oh, everybody's watched this. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it still holds the record of the most people watching the final show ever of any television show. Y'all would get to know him as Klinger and people like that. Oh, this guy named Radar. Y'all remember him from MASH? Gary was born on this day.
I didn't watch one.
You didn't watch Hot Lips Houlihan?
Well, my parents did, but it was not.
There were reruns.
I know, but...
Y'all need to work on that.
It's kind of like you not watching Gilmore Girls on the TV.
There you go. There you go.
You don't know what's going on in there.
Look, I want y'all to know I've been forced to watch that Gilmore's Girls stuff, and it's horrible. I'm just going to go ahead and warn you, it's horrible.
No, you just got bad taste. That's just what it is.
Do you watch Heartland?
No, but I've heard that was a good show.
Very good.
But I have to be honest, I sat down and I watched 15 minutes, and it didn't grab me.
No, it takes a little while for it to grab you, but if you're looking for clean, which
that is
you can't
clean.
Find hardly anymore.
Yeah. One or two cuss words at all.
Yeah, if you're looking for just good home,
that's
clean,
it.
good.
But there's been no one ever that told me that show wasn't good. It just didn't
really good.
Just
grab me.
With you.
Yeah, there's other shows that 5 minutes of it I watch, and I have to remember the first time I watched Breaking Bad, I had to watch 3 episodes before I liked it. It was like really, I don't know about this, and then it got
like
better.
Gun smoke and stuff, huh?
Longmire, within 30 seconds, I was hooked. Go get it. Did y'all watch that?
Mm-mm.
Y'all need to really get on the. Any man out there, you'd love it. I'm just telling you. 1944, she'd be a great singer. Now, I don't own any of her CDs, but I know she's great in her genre of music, and I respect that. She's good at what she does. Patti LaBelle was born on this date in 44. So, can y'all name a Patti LaBelle song? I can't. Okay, yeah, I messed up on that one also. 1945, this girl would be born. In today's standards, it'd be a Me Too movement thrown on this old boy quickly for doing this. But he liked her. She was a little young, and he thought, let me just bring you on back home. Your daddy said it's okay. And we're talking Priscilla Presley was born on this date.
You know, they're making a movie about Elvis.
There's been a lot of them. Is there a new one?
No, the new one is coming out with Elvis in it.
What's it called?
Elvis.
Elvis? Okay.
Yeah. It's called Elvis.
You got me on that one.
About that one.
Elvis, yeah, right there in front of my face. But if I'm not mistaken, she was either, 14 or 16.
She was a baby
when
basically.
Her parents let them come on back to Graceland with him. Now, they said Elvis was really respectable over that, but that would not be kosher today, would it?
Would you let me go, someone at 14, and get married?
Well, you're 24.
Yeah, but would you let
I'm
me?
willing to now.
No, that's just mean. I'm talking about a child.
No, I would not as a parent, but they must have really liked them some Elvis. This next guy, there's going to be a few of you who know who I'm talking about, others that don't. He would go on to write songs for Tanya Tucker. He would write songs for Alabama. I Saw You Staring at Each Other was one of the songs, but he had a big hit of his own. It was one. He was a football player, and he decided one day, hey, I'd sure like to sing a country song, and he did. Mike Reed, he won a Grammy for Stranger in My House. He wrote that. Do y'all remember that by Ronnie Millsap? Mm-hmm. He would also sing a song called Walk on Faith. It was big back in the early 90s there. That was about it on him doing it solo style, but he did write a lot of big songs. Now, this next girl there, if you didn't have a prom date, and it was 2 hours before the prom started, you might go, okay, I'll give in. Will you go with me? Come on, I'll take you. Roseanne Cash has a birthday today. Y'all didn't think that was funny, did you?
No, I don't know who she is. Hold on.
That's Johnny Cash's daughter.
Did she?
Y'all didn't know that either?
Yeah, we should have.
Okay.
She was. I was just.
She had, her biggest hit would be Tennessee Flat Top Box, which was a remake of Johnny's, and then 7 Year Ache. Tell them you've got the 7 Year Ache. Y'all are just really bad participants in this game. I am trying so hard to give you hints to help here.
We're not doing too good.
You need to get in the 80s, 70s, 80s.
All right, well, let's go to this next one here.
I told you we were going.
If I say the name Cal Naughton Jr., do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, if you flunk this is awful. This, like, everybody in Lauderdale County knows who Cal Naughton Jr. is.
They don't remember his name, but they know his face.
Okay.
Because I don't remember names. I remember faces.
But you can't help with this, because you think of Applebee's when I say Cal Naughton Jr. You think of lions and...
No, you think
y'all
of,
we don't.
No,
okay.
You think of little baby Jesus.
Yes,
Pray
that
to
too.
Little baby Jesus.
Oh, that's what you think about.
See?
Yes, that's what you think about.
Yeah, you can't help but think when you hear that.
Jesus or
Applebee's. Let's go down to the Applebee's tonight and have a family fight.
Actually, I think that he was on one of the twin brother shows.
Twin brothers. Fill me in.
That's when he said
Celebrity
baby Jesus.
I know.
Yeah.
Celebrity IOU. I think that he was one of the ones that redid somebody's
Oh, I didn't know that.
house. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty neat.
That's neat. See?
He also went by on the show there.
They went John C. Riley.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm so glad you interacted and know what he's talking about.
That guy's funny. He also went by Mike Honcho on there, if y'all remember that scene from the movie. And I can see in your eyes you ain't got a clue what I'm talking about. So let's move on to the next subject. 1969, they weren't my favorite, but people worldwide loved this group. It would be the #1 song today, and it was the Beatles, and Get Back.
Your son loved them.
Yeah,
Still does.
Dylan into that.
Yeah.
But I can barely name any. This has to rank up there in the top 10 of worst TV shows ever of a spinoff, because the main show really got bad that last year, and then they forced us to watch a little bit more of it. It was even horrible then. What am I talking about? Joni Loves Chachi. It made it a year. It had 2 seasons. This was the last day of it as it ended back in 1983. Did y'all watch that?
I did.
Happy Days. No, Happy Days in the beginning was really good. But I walked through the other day. My mom was watching one. It was in those last days, and it was like a musical. And I was like, ooh, that was bad. Yeah. Oh, also, you can't help but know this. They even destroyed the ship not long ago. It was scrapped for scrap metal. The Princess is no more. And we're talking the Love Boat.
Oh, yeah, we watched that with my grandmother.
Isaac, all of that. This was the last episode of that today. You can't help but sing that song, can you? And if you were anybody and everybody in society, you did a guest appearance on there. And they always knew who the crew was. Boy, they had such a memory, didn't they? Yeah. You didn't watch it,
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Seriously, yeah, you would not. They need to do a remake on that. And Designing Women. Anybody remember that show?
Yeah, I loved it.
It ended on this date back in 93. Delta Burke, she was married to Major Dad. That was just a fun little show there.
Yes.
Maybe you remembered it, but it ended on this date back in 93. And Madison, I know you know this.
Oh, yeah, because you blasted her in my ear since I was a newborn.
There you go. Carrie Underwood.
Yeah,
she won American. Can y'all believe it was 05 that she won that?
We
are getting old.
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell y'all that, but since y'all brought it up. But that's a little step back and look at what went on this state in history. That a few things there. 05, Carrie Underwood. It really seems 3 or 4 years ago she was singing Jesus Take the Wheel.
Yeah.
I still think yesterday's like 2010, not 2022.
Yeah, that's been a decade ago.
Right.
You're not in Kansas anymore, as they used to say. Virginia says that she loved that show also, Designing Women there. Linda Culpepper backs me up that Longmire is awesome.
We're so glad.
Y'all are so missing out. But it's kind of like...
but look at Christy's comment about Heartland.
Yeah, but this is
Her uncle watched it 5 or 6 times all the way through.
And
that
like,
shows you how good it
15
is.
seasons.
But let me explain it this way about Longmire. It's kind of like Andy Griffith in the future of Wyoming. It's really, that's what he is. Now, there in the end, when Netflix took it over, they put a couple words that they shouldn't have. But overall, I'm telling you, it's Andy with a cowboy hat getting it in Wyoming.
You're trying to sell the show, aren't you?
Is there, just one question, is there a drunkard on the show?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Unless Lou Diamond Phillips, he owned the bar.
Andy Griffith then.
He owned the bar there, the Red Pony. Hi, thanks for calling the Red Pony. Okay. I'll look back on that. We got more coming up. We're going to go over some national headlines in just a moment. Don't rush off. We're going to fill you in on everything that's going on this morning. Stay close. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike and Jake have years of experience of dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
I've worked hard all my life, but I found out the hard way insurance companies can abandon their customers when they need them the most. So I called Richard Schwartz. I'm forever grateful I made that call.
I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
Lunchtime is coming, and it'll be all here at Maple's One-Stop Shop. And if you'll drop by, they've got breakfast already cooking up this morning. Drop in and visit with them. You can find this out at Causeyville or 31st Chevron there at St. Paul Street. Breakfast is served. They're going to send us the menu here in just a little while as to what lunch is going to be about. But you can get that, meat, some vegetables there, all for $8.99, tea included. See them. We'll post that in a little while. Of course, the loyalty coffee program. They've got it all for you there. Cold drinks and a whole lot more. Candy bars, pizza. Boy, and if you want to win big with the lottery, they got that also. See them. Ice cream and a whole lot more. Maple's One-Stop Shop. Bonita, Pine Springs Country Store, Causeyville Chevron, or you can drop by Last Chance Tobacco, Broadmoor Chevron, or the 31st Avenue Chevron. They're all there. See them there. They've got so much to offer you. And welcome, my daughter Madison is joining us as she had to slip out and head on up to the school to see an award ceremony, and we hope they win big today and take care of a lot of things there. Let's see what's going on across America today as we start looking at this. Let's see what is happening in,
Before you start, has anyone else had like a nasty cough lately? Because we're like all chewing on cough drops because I've lost my voice for like 2 straight weeks and I can barely still talk.
Claire, you've been a little under the weather, haven't you?
It has.
So
there's something going around.
There's just nothing worse than a summer type cold. It isn't.
It's the worst time of year to have a cold. It's all hot and nasty, and then you're coughing up all this junk. It's like the worst time. I'm not having a good time.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I haven't been able to breathe, and it's like nothing.
Yeah, I have to admit, now that problem when you can't breathe good and you have to breathe through your mouth and your tongue gets all dry, not describing how you feel over there to kind of make you feel bad, but isn't it an awful bless you, I feel for you. I guess I remember the first time that I was in Tupelo, Mississippi, and Debbie was with me, and she goes, "Whip in here, let's get a cup of coffee." And my jaw dropped when we done that because it was $5 for a cup of coffee. And I said, "Do what?" We were at a Starbucks. I'd never seen one. It had all this fancy stuff that you could put in coffee that I didn't know. Starbucks has announced that they're pulling out. They're following McDonald's, and they will no longer be in Russia. They're closing down 130 stores. Now, what I don't know behind the scenes is the government giving them some type of cash to bail out. Are they selling it to someone else in Russia? We don't know that. But they are cutting off business, and they're out of there as they go to speak. And probably a good thing to do with the way the world is shaping right now, the right thing to do. We talked about Nancy yesterday, and no matter what type of religion you're on, the Catholic Church spoke up from San Francisco and said you cannot take part in communion due to your beliefs on abortion. We don't believe in that, and you shouldn't. This morning we find out that a Catholic church in Georgetown is going to let her have communion at his church. So apparently there's one part of the church will do this and another part won't. Mm-hmm. She received it at right there in Georgetown. I did not expect that. I really didn't.
That's a sticky situation.
It's very sticky, where the country is divided on it, and we'll find out what happens in the next little bit. Maybe next week, the Supreme Court's going to make an announcement on that. This is kind of scary coming from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. I said that wrong. Pennsylvania Avenue. Joe says that he's not going to rule out if China goes into Taiwan that we wouldn't use military force. Remember, this is coming from Joe. Okay. And that makes a lot of mothers very nervous with sons that are joining the military there. Mm-hmm. Now, y'all know how the writing is on the wall, and you know before something happens and you want to call them up and you say, "Look, just stay home. Save the embarrassment. Don't do it. Just don't do it." Mm-hmm. We'll send our first condolences to Mike.
You good?
Did you get your cough drop?
Yeah, I may need a cough drop. My voice quitting. All right, I'm back now. Maybe. Mike Pence is trying to say he is considering running for president.
Can you talk?
Not good. What are the odds of Mike Pence winning the nomination? I think 0 to slim.
Mm-hmm. It's not much.
It's not going to happen. As much as he wants to be, I think he's a wonderful person. He's a very nice guy. But he's got as much chance as me running for the GOP and getting the presidential nomination. It's not going to happen. We all know that. As we go to the next person who thinks, well, I'd really like to do that, and it would be on the Democratic side. The mayor of New York is even tossing around that he'd like to do it. Oh, wait a minute. Why not run your city first and fix it before trying to fix the rest of the nation? It's just a thought. It's just the latest craze.
It's a great thought.
You remember Kanye West said he would run for president?
Didn't work out for him either.
But he may still come back. You never know. But Kanye. He's a little crazy.
He's got some issues there. Kellyanne, y'all remember her. The first time I saw her, I went, whoa. They should have warned me she was coming on TV. But she says that she's responsible for the victory that happened for Trump back in 2016. And she says that she could probably fix this. We'll see. Kellyanne, will she get back in politics? And what is so strange about her is she's Republican, her husband is Democrat. They live in the same house. I bet that is one fight. And we've all seen her daughter. What would you do, your 16-year-old daughter, who has millions of followers, get on Instagram and run your mama down? She does that.
It's kind of mean.
It's very mean. It's shocking that parents let their children get away with it and they still pay for everything. Have y'all planned y'all's family vacation this year? Are y'all going on one?
No, because it's expensive.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that go, well, I can't do it. You want me to tell you why people aren't doing it? For a 5-day trip down to Disney, $8,500 on average. That's not including gas. $8,500.
It makes me very depressed in this day of age because you can't do anything. Oof. You don't have enough money to live by yourself. They're trying to make roommates illegal now, so you can't have roommates.
Okay, I missed that headline.
Yeah, they are trying to make it illegal.
You sure that's just not somebody's mama going, they're not going to live with you?
It was like in Oklahoma or something. They're trying to pass this law where roommates are illegal. So they can jack up the prices more.
Somebody fact check Madison. I think she's gone off the deep end.
Look, we have different news outlets, and I've seen this everywhere for the past month. But
I'm afraid you're
just under a rock.
Madison. It's still America. You can have a roommate if you want it, unless your mama says you can't. That's fact. Look, this is something to keep in mind. I don't know much about it, but I'm seeing the headlines, and I think most Americans are. Monkeypox.
I saw that last night.
That's scary. Are we going to have to endure? Now, Joe is already saying that, hey, don't worry, we got enough vaccines if this becomes serious for everybody. But do we really want another vaccine?
No.
Monkeypox? Where does this stuff come from?
That's crazy.
How did it get to America? There's about 200 cases is what we're reading here that they're monitoring here in the U.S. of A. 200 cases.
That's crazy.
And if it's anything like the other, that can be in New Mexico before you know it.
Where did monkeypox come from? Like, when did this come from?
It's been talked about for about 3 weeks now, and the more it's talked about, the more we're seeing it pop up.
See, look, I didn't hear about no monkeypox, and you didn't hear about no roommates. See, look at this.
Y'all watching two different things.
Exactly.
Massachusetts is the place that they're watching heavily right now. If you're in Massachusetts traveling, it could be a problem there. Let's see, there's 2 cases there. Belgium and Spain is where they're tracing some of this back to in the next headline that we look at. Wisconsin yesterday, this was scary. They had to close all schools because a bomb threat was made in Wisconsin. They were scared for the children's precaution. They shut down. Hopefully they catch who done this. You don't make threats like this when our kids are involved. That's just such a big no. Let's see here. There's hope for humanity. And I certainly hope with these stories, sometimes they pan out, but scientists always work behind the scenes to help people. And what I'm talking about is cancer. And they're saying that possibility they've got something new that they're working on, that they've injected a few people. They've been trying it in disease environments of testing, that they're going to try it on the first human. And they're saying that it's helping reduce breast cancer, lung cancer, and also colon cancer. We certainly hope that this product does something for someone. It's, as we all know, the chemo is so rough on people.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be a miracle that they could come up with something that would really help without having to go through that?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
it is awful.
It is. We certainly hope that this comes about. Let's see here. Jackie Thompson says you are correct. In Kansas,
what did I say?
Y'all are pulling my leg.
He's going to have to look that up. You know that. He'll be back talking about it.
I have never heard of this.
Look, they fact-checked, like you said. You asked for a fact-check. I told you. I've been seeing it everywhere. They're outlawing it. Just because I'm not a newswoman don't mean nothing.
CoLiving.
Okay, Angela says, is more. Where have I been?
I haven't heard that either.
Exactly. Where have you been?
Well, I haven't heard it either.
Kansas City voted to make co-living illegal?
Yes.
Well,
how do they know? I mean, how do they know what you're doing?
How do you know that? All right,
It's like the landlord. If you're like 2 friends and you both co-sign on the lease, they can tell that you're not married or anything, so they're going to make it illegal.
So that they can charge both of you for rent?
They just want it illegal so they can get married couples. That's what there's just like this whole agenda thing going on. It's a big thing. It's a big thing.
Because we all know it, and you ain't supposed to be doing it, but let's go ahead and talk about what people don't want to talk about. That is living with somebody before you marry, because it's not accepted in the South. You're not supposed to do that. We all know that. We do know that it's done. Shame on y'all. But what do they do in a situation like that?
That's a good question.
Why? Get married.
And also in Florida, they have no
But you could be
cap.
sued for not renting for someone. That would be discrimination, would it not?
Yeah.
The way this world is, I can't see how they could get away with that.
It doesn't make sense. Exactly. Why would you make roommates illegal? You're still getting money from it. But they're just being ridiculous. Are you telling me that you want to rent a room for me here at home? Because it's been kind of free here the last 24 years. If you want to rent one out. If you just want to rob me straight up like these landlords, then go ahead. I'll be living out in my car.
I'm trying to help this girl, y'all. So
You're not
hard.
helping very well, are you?
Let's talk about this. Since we brought up homes, let's talk about my friends over at Snowden. They do this every day. If you're looking for a home, like here, that's it. Shelby got her a home there. She sold hers. These two, they come along, Sean and Rachel, and they bought a new home. So many people choose them. You can go online and take a look at this. Whether you're looking for a mobile home, if you're looking for just land to build that dream home, or maybe you want a house in Bailey. There you go. That's a big one. Also, you can go out to Northeast or up to DeKalb. Beautiful homes here with lots of room. Out to Dalewood and pick out that color and look at the water every day. It's gorgeous. Maybe you need one of these. How about this home down in Enterprise? They are everywhere because they cover it. New listing there in Lake Ross, Collins. If you wanted to live in Collinsville, move into the West Lauderdale School District, they've got that. Now, they'll be there at 5 o'clock this afternoon, Amanda and her team. They'll be closed on Saturday, but they'll be glad to drive you around if you make an appointment. They're closed on Sunday. See them. Find out why so many people use them. You'll find out they're trustworthy. They're great people. They're certified real estate agents right here, located on Poplar Springs Drive. That's the team, 453-3937. Drop in today. You'll be glad that you did.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
These days, everyone calls me Grandpa, even my son. I couldn't imagine missing out on watching these kids grow up. It's the greatest joy in my life. It was a Saturday after my granddaughter's 4th birthday party when a semi-truck hit me. I had to survive. I promised the little girl I was going to read her a story the next time I saw her. My son called Richard Schwartz. He helped me every step of the way and got me the money we deserve.
Remember, I'm your Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz. I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as she has exited the building as Elvis did. And now we've got Madison and our special guest. Thank y'all so much for coming in this set. Did y'all tell me somebody's having a birthday?
Yes, it's my father-in-law, Martin Buchanan from Porterville, Mississippi.
Oh, Martin.
Happy birthday.
Hope you got a cake for him, something nice picked out.
We're taking him out to eat tonight.
Well, good.
Oh, that sounds fun. We should go out to eat too.
Again, tell us a number again to call home instead to have somebody come help if you've got somebody elderly or somebody that just needs a little help for a few weeks.
Okay, the number is 601-286-3242.
That's pretty simple there, and all ways to help there. As I mentioned, if you've got somebody elderly or if you've got a broken arm and you just can't do it yourself.
That's right.
That's where y'all come in to help. What a great service. And I'd never really thought of that before. Well, y'all shirts stick out. That's pretty neat.
Now, if you start charging me rent, I'll be calling them to take care of you because I ain't doing it.
We already said earlier that she said that Candace needed training, and so I said, well, we could train her to be Scotty Ray's caregiver.
See there. We're almost out of time this morning, and we want to say so much of a thank you for coming by and spending time with us today. Again, press conference at 11 o'clock. The city of Meridian is going to have. The mayor is going to speak about the crime in the area. We'll be there to find out exactly what Jimmy has to say. a big thank you for y'all coming in, and be careful. We want you to be safe wherever you go. A chance of severe weather this afternoon. We'll be here to cover that. Should it turn bad, we'll go live and give you street-by-street coverage every step of the way so you'll feel safe and know where it is. It's what it all amounts to. Madison, thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
Kim, Claire, thank y'all for being a part of this.
Thank you for having us.
We'll be back in the morning beginning at 8 a.m. Make sure to join us. We'll see you then.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: